Yo, Melly Man, what's up? From BX to you a lady fan. It's your man, Wizzo. This is for the gangsters. Shout out to the gangsters. Postman posted with them gangsters. My homies be on gang time. All my homies throwing gang signs. I keep it real, I cannot fake mines. This is for the gangsters. Shout out to the gangsters. Postman posted with them gangsters. My homies be on gang time.
Professor Melly Man, the Hood Postman. Y'all see him. Y'all see him right there. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. What's going on?
Man, everything, man. We about to get it in, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Professor Melly Man, the Hood Postman, you know the vibe. We're here today with a very special guest, a remarkable young man that has built his own way, and he established himself in a way after going through multiple trials and tribulations. But here he is today. You guys know him as Tana, but we now know him as the trainer, Tutt. Without further ado, Tutt, what's going on, man? How you doing today, bro?
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed.
Man, I can definitely see that blessedness in you, man, because I've been studying and watching everything you've been doing, man, and just to go back in a little bit of time, where did you grow up at?
Compton.
Compton.
Grew up in Santa Fe Gardens before they tore them down.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been over there since I was about 5.
5?
Mm-hmm.
And what schools did you attend?
Compton High, Roosevelt, Emerson. What else? I think that's it. Compton High.
And what was that school like for you?
School, well, you know, when you're young, okay, let me go on back. I went to jail in elementary, right? Me and some of the homies beat the kid up pretty bad, so I had went to jail from 11 to 13.
Uh-huh.
And when I came home, they had sent me to a school in Long Beach. So I was there maybe 30 days. It didn't last. They had to bring me back to Compton. You know what I mean? So
Too much Compton in you.
yeah, it was way too much. Them dudes wasn't feeling it, so I ended up coming back, and that's when I started going to Roosevelt.
Uh-huh.
From then, everything was cool, and then I went to Compton High. Back in them days, you know, it was gangbang city.
Gangbang city. And what was that like, man? You know, because you had multiple neighborhoods there, sections and cliques.
Back in them days, Compton High was fun. You know, the thing was a ditch. You know, I did a lot of that. From 9th grade, probably 9th and 10th grade, I dropped out of high school in 10th grade. But in the 9th grade, it was like all we did was ditch, have fun, gang fights. You know, we would get into it with certain neighborhoods at the school. We'll fight, but it never really led to much more than that. Just a little rumble at the school.
So you basically, it was just a bunch of shuffling and pushing and a little bit of that and this.
Yeah.
Not too nothing. That was.
Nah, just a little scuffle.
Okay, so attending Compton High, did Compton High, if you had to evaluate it, did you feel like that it gave you everything you need to get to where you are today, or did they lapse in that, or it wasn't sufficient enough?
The thing about school is this in general. If you want it, you can get it. Period. It doesn't matter what school it is. If you want it, it's there for you. In them days, you know, it wasn't cool to be into school. You know, in them days, you go to class high, you ditch, you hung with the homies. We wasn't worried about school. Wasn't a priority to none of us. So then we really only went to school, 1, because it made our peoples happy. 2, they was gonna graduate you anyway. It's not like they was gonna hold you back. Mm-hmm. And 3, that was like our place to, you know, get the girls. So we went to school really for them. It wasn't like we went to school for the education.
and I can agree with you. I think it was the same way when I attended. You know what I mean? There was so many distractions and things that we allow to be distractions, but in essence, we weren't able to take it and build from there. There were some other things we had to go through, and we're gonna get into that. So what section would you say that where you was from, if you gave it a name? Or
I'm from Santana.
Uh-huh.
You know, everybody know it, ain't no secret. My name's, you know, It rings in the city. So it's not like dudes don't know. If they see me, they know where I'm from. Most dudes I run into that are currently enemies now, they don't look at me as an enemy. You know, I'm not a threat. I'm non-confrontational now. You know, who I was then and who I am now are two different people. So when they see me now, a lot of times dudes, oh man, we love what you're doing, we like what you're doing, keep it up, you know, type of thing, versus it's us at odds.
Was there anything out of that circumstance that prepared you for where you at now?
Probably mental toughness. You know, because for you to walk away from a lifestyle that you've been immersed in all your life, it's difficult for you to have to accept any backlash behind that. Not to say that it's there, but I'm sure people probably have something to say. I've never heard it, but I'm sure somebody has something to say negative about anything that anyone's doing is positive, right? So, but mental toughness, man, because it's hard, one, to walk away. It's hard to start your own business. It's hard to get up when you fall. But, you know, for me, it wasn't comfortable. So I had to make it comfortable, right? And it's still days where I be like, man, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I'm not doing enough, right? Even though I live comfortably, because what I'm doing, it takes care of everything. But, you know, the mental toughness, the drive, the motivation, all of that comes from within, and a lot of that was taught from that. And a lot of people think that, you know, the streets is all negative, but it's not. You know, when you grow up selling drugs, it take a lot. You have to be smart.
Yeah, when I say meaning and a purpose, right? For you, what would that look like? Your meaning and your purpose for in this life? Because I didn't wake up saying I'm gonna be a Crip. And I'm sure you didn't wake up. I don't think none of us went to sleep and say, when I grow up, I'm gonna be a Crip. But we had meanings and we had a purpose. Did somehow that get detached, or did we just took a temporary reprieve and went another direction? If you can, I mean, I'm trying to make it plain as I can, but if you get what I'm saying.
Back in the days, man, as a child, I didn't have no purpose. I never thought of it. I wasn't a kid who had a dream, or I dreamed to be a fireman. I dreamed to be anything. That wasn't my dream. I looked out my window, I seen the dude on the corner making money, having the girls. So I wanted to be the dude on the corner. You understand? A lot of us grew up with our mothers.
That's right? Observable reality.
Basically. So for me, it was, I am truly a product of my community, right? I emulated what I saw. For me, you know, everybody was poor. So it wasn't nothing that was out of the ordinary. You understand? So it's like, as I got older, my meaning and purpose started to develop, right? I went to the feds. I did 11 years in the feds. That's when I became different. My mindset changed.
What was that original sentence? You said 11.
Originally, I had 25 years, right? I got 25 years for a dude saying I did something. Not that they could prove I did anything, but just for saying it. In federal prison, hearsay will stand up in court.
Conspiracy.
Absolutely. So with that, I originally had the 25 years. I sat in that law library every single day, all day long, and I got my time back, right? So I studied the law for 4 years straight. I put together a packet. I sent it to a lawyer. The lawyer overviewed it. He put it in the correct format for me, which I didn't know how to do.
That's important. That is important because the federal court will reject your brief or your motion based on it's not put in the correct format.
Correct.
Even though you're saying everything, all your merits may meet, but if it's not put in the correct format, they will reject it.
Absolutely.
And man, that's amazing, man. Because And that's funny that you mentioned that. And I'm gonna say this right now. When I was because I was in Terminal Island, right? And guys should say, man, come on, let's go to the Iron, because they had a nice iron parlor at Terminal Island and fitness room like what we're looking at now. Not as great as this, but similar, right? And I used to say, man, I'm going to the law library. I said, one day I just said, look, man, when I get out of jail, I can get a gym membership. Right now, I need to get out of jail. That's when you begin to prioritize your life in a way that's purposeful to you getting to your next destination. And that's what I did, and obviously that's what you did, which is ironic. I mean, you had the right mindset. So what was being in federal prison when you got there? What was that like?
Well,
Professor Melly Mill, the Hood Postman, back with Tana, Tutt. So Tutt, you talked about the federal system, right? And what a lot of guys don't know when it comes in regards to going and study the law, federal seconds, federal thirds. If you look at the book, and you probably notice it has a key on it, right?
absolutely.
That key, what it represents is it unlocks doors and it locks doors. So the same books that apply to get you in there, you use them to get it to unlock the door. And somehow, at some point, it made sense to me and it made sense to you. But there's so many of our people, and I don't know why, they just don't seem to grasp certain things, or they want to follow something that really don't have no significance. You know what I'm saying? And when we give them something, when you show them just a big old steak dinner, you do this, do that, do this, steak dinner waiting, it just seems like they run away from that. What is that about us that we don't want to just necessarily just say, man, that's success right there. That's what success looks like.
Well, the thing is this, man. We are a tribal people, right? So we latch on to what other people are doing automatically because we want acceptance. For me, at that time, everybody said I was angry. Everybody said I was mean. You know, I've always been quick to fight. I didn't care about acceptance. Nigga, I want to get out of prison. I'm not going to sit here the rest of my life. You know, so y'all going to do that. I'm going to go do this. You know, so for me, it was like separating that. I made the separation. Now, I didn't drift off too far because I'm from where I'm from. You know, certain stuff happened in prison. There's no getting away from it, so you got to kind of entrench yourself into it. But for the most part, you know, with us as a people, when we see somebody doing good, why you have these certain people like to pull you back down, it's hard to say. It's their upbringing. It's something internal, right? And the way I look at it is like this: they there for a reason. God put people like this in your way for a reason. They hurdles, and you got to get over those hurdles to get where you need to be.
You got to get over them or around them and everything, man. But I also want to point out, man, we sitting right here with a hand guard, man. And when I say hand guard, right behind him is the ring. Who handles that ring down there, Tutt?
Me, that's my ring.
That's your ring.
That's my ring. Listen, that ring right there ain't my gym, but that ring is mine.
Right.
And anytime anything going in this gym regarding boxing, they come to me.
Okay.
Period. You know, now we got a couple dudes here that you know, they hit mitts. Another dude here, he fought for a while. Like I fought for a few years. He just, you know, he ain't got it. He ain't got that it factor. I got it.
Right.
You know, when it comes to fighting, like I said, that's how I got into boxing. Beat niggas up on the streets. You know what I mean? I got into boxing because of that. And a lot of dudes be like, oh man, he was a fighter. Bro, knock it off. I was knocking you niggas out way before I started boxing. Right? Dudes came to me. I was 26 years old when I started boxing. I wasn't no little kid. I was 26. And all I did was took my street thing and turned it up. I learned new skills. But with that, it taught me to stop fighting so much. You understand? So at first I was...
That's that humility.
Yeah, when you know, and you truly know in your heart, like, man, dude, you can't, you know, I'm gonna let you, I'll laugh at you now. All right, go on, man. You know, but...
He's not doing.
But that ring right there in this gym, that's my ring.
Right.
I'm really the only one who can teach really good technique. I was taught by a dude. His name was Bill Slade. Impeccable record, right? And then the dude who taught me was also taught by him, Shadid Saluki. So both these dudes were really, really in the boxing world, them dudes, right? And the things that they taught me, man, I've done ever since, right? Especially when it comes to that ring, I'm really, really, really good, and I'm really, really technically sound. And I could probably beat most of these youngsters up because they can't fight nowadays for nothing.
No.
Right? But
their jeans too tight.
Yeah, I don't understand it. So a lot of the boxers nowadays, I don't even watch boxing no more because
it's watered down.
It's not the same, right?
It's not when Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, and all them Wowie, Braxton.
You had to have heart to fight.
Tommy Hearns.
Have no heart. You know, that's why they in the prime of their career and they losing left and right, which makes no sense to me. But when it comes to this gym and this ring, yeah, that boxing ring, that's mine.
Gotcha.
You know?
I think for the it factor that you spoke on, that's just the killer instinct. Whether it's basketball, baseball, football, boxing, whatever. If you, in order to have it, you have to have the killer. You can't. You gotta man, I'm gonna destroy you.
You gotta have that heart.
Yeah.
But
and that comes with heart.
I'm not a very big guy, and people always like, I mean, you got a little man complex. It has nothing to do with that because I never looked at myself as small, right? My thing was, I give my all. 100%, I don't know. Even when I played football or baseball, I give it everything that I have. So I'm what they call an overachiever, right? I put everything I have, I immerse myself into whatever I'm doing, like this fitness thing. All these dudes in here, when it comes to nutrition, they come to me because they know I'm pretty well-rounded when it comes to certain things. If they don't know a body part, man, what they call this, they come to me, right? Because I sat and I studied this stuff for years.
You sat in that tuna can in that bathroom you slept in for them 11 years and got everything you need to get.
All my tools was given to me.
I'm a product of that. Yeah. Everything that people see me do now and all the studying and all the how I articulate myself, all that came through about me transforming. It's like metamorphosis. It's like the caterpillar becoming the butterfly, all that. I understand all that process that you have to go in and just, man, in other words, take all the lies out and replace it with the truth. And then you come, you come full circle at that point. So, anybody want to get with you on the training side of the game? How they get you, bro?
You can look me up on Instagram, man. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I'm the same, Trainer Tutt. You know,
it's Trainer Tutt.
Trainer Tutt.
Spell it out for them so they know exactly what it is.
Okay, for Instagram, it is trainer_Tutt, T-U-T-T, not just T-U-T, T-U-T-T. So it's trainer_Tutt. With Facebook, I believe it's the same way, trainer_T-U-T. And then with TikTok, I believe it's just Trainer Tutt, like no underscore. And that's pretty much how everybody gets in touch with me, is through the social media, or they know somebody and they come through other people. But yeah, man, when it comes to nutrition, I'm really big on it. You know, I'm almost 50. People don't know that, but I'm almost 50
You look
years
good,
old.
bro.
And a lot of people think I'm a youngster, and I'm able to do a lot of things that these youngsters can't. Pullovers and things like that because of the mindset and the nutrition behind what I'm doing, right? It keeps me youthful. So I have a better quality of life than most 47-year-old men, you know.
With that said, man, Professor Belly Man, the Hood Pulse, man, Tana Tutt, if you're going to get something to the kids, you got something to say to the kids on the way out?
Absolutely, man. I also train kids too. So if y'all have any kids y'all want to train, man, bring them through. I love to do it. I don't charge very much for it. I'm into it. Our kids are our future. And if we don't invest in them, I don't know what to tell you, man. You know, if we ain't gonna invest in us, invest in them. Because that's where our future is. So for me, I train the children out of pure love, you know, and wanting them to have something I didn't have, an avenue of learn new values and learn that it's not always the negative.
One thing about kids, it's always the potential. You don't see something in one kid that be so dynamic that you be like, man, I'm finna help this kid get to that level.
Absolutely. And I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done it.
And there's
right. Holding tight, and he in college right now. So
man, awesome.
Yeah.
Professor Melly Mail, the Hood Post, man. We got trainer Tutt, Tana Tutt, man. And man, we gonna go ahead and lock the door, man. Lock the door, Tutt.
Absolutely, absolutely. Lock the door.
I just make it happen.